Hello students, welcome to this video. In today's lesson I will be talking to you about choosing the correct pronoun, common gender antecedents. Well, this is like separate. Alright, how to choose a correct pronoun when you encounter a common gender antecedent. For example, a common gender antecedent would be student. It is a gender neutral word, student. You do not know if it is a woman or if it is a man. So I have one example here of how you should not use a gender neutral word, and the following 3 points are how you could modify this. The first one says a student must not lose his ID. As you can see here, I am implying that a student is a masculine pronoun, but it is not. I mean a masculine noun, but it is not. It is a gender neutral noun, not a masculine noun. So it is incorrect to use his. Some people use it, but many people consider that to be sexist. Or gender-based. So we have to avoid giving a pronoun with a masculine or feminine gender to a gender neutral noun. You must never, ever use a masculine pronoun with a gender neutral noun. We consider it sexist and gender-based. The next one is students must not lose their ID. You could do this. You could change it into the plural form of the pronoun. Instead of saying his, you will say their, because students refers to both women and men, or men and women. The next one is a student must not lose an ID. This is another way to correct that very, very common mistake. Change or replace the pronoun with the article an. A student must not lose an ID. That way you are not saying a student is a man, and you're not saying a student is a woman. You know that this noun is gender neutral, so it can either be a man or a woman. And the last one says, a student must not lose his or her idea. His or her. Some people do that as well, but it becomes clumsy and, well, it has a lot of words. So you should and must avoid this kind of correction. For example, I would recommend you to just simply pluralize the pronoun. That would be the best way. Or use an article. But this way is like clumsy. It looks kind of grotesque. Right? So you could say students must not lose their ID. Or a student must not lose his ID would be wrong. And ID would be correct. Alright? Next I will give you some practice sentences and examples so that you can practice along with me. Now we have this example sentence, which can be or may be considered sexist or gender-based, because this here, an associate, let me use another color. An associate is a gender-neutral noun, and we are using a masculine pronoun. So, to correct that very common mistake, we have 3 options. You are going to help me figure out which options we have. It says an associate must complete his daily report. How could we change that to avoid using this pronoun? We could change it into plural form and just put associates. Must complete, etc. their daily report, right? That is one option we have. The next one would be associates, or an associate must complete his or her report, daily report. All right, so these are two ways that we can avoid this sexist or gender-based statement. An associate must complete his report would be incorrect. So we could do it like associates must complete, pluralizing the noun, or an associate must, I missed the T here, I'm sorry, must complete his or her daily report. And the third would be you could replace this with this. For example, an associate must complete a daily report. Instead of using his, we could use a. All right? Or we could pluralize the noun, associates. Or we could use both gender pronouns. So these are three ways that you can avoid the use of a statement that may be considered sexist or gender-based. Next, I will leave you some homework because, as you know, you need to practice to improve your English. For homework, you are going to write 4 sentences using gender-neutral pronouns. Remember that you want to avoid being sexist or gender-based. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you have a workbook, do your homework in there. And if you don't, please leave your homework in the comment section below this video. See you in my next video. Would you like to watch my next video? Click on the television to the right. How to choose the correct pronoun according to antecedents. In order to choose a pronoun for